I never thought I'd feel like a stranger on the property I bled 6 years to own. But the night my family stormed my $2.3 million building like it was their inherited kingdom, something inside me snapped so hard it felt like bone. My name is Stella, and this is the story of the night I stopped being the family doormat. I bought the building after clawing my way out of the mess I grew up in, parents who believed support meant guilt tripping, siblings who only called when their car insurance was past due, cousins who expected handouts like I was a walking ATM. I escaped by working 3 jobs, sleeping 4 hours a night, and signing paperwork with hands shaking from overwork. That building was supposed to be my reset, my sanctuary. A literal foundation for the quiet life I'd earned. Then came the party. I got a hint something was wrong when the downstairs tenant, Mrs. Quinn, called me whispering like she was reporting a break-in. "Stella, they're dragging kegs through your lobby." "Who?" I asked, already feeling my pulse spike. "Your people. They said they're your family." "My family." I drove there so fast I swear I left claw marks on the steering wheel. When I pulled up, the street outside was lit with cars, blaring music, and strangers spilling onto the sidewalk holding red cups. My building, looked like it had been taken hostage by a frat house and a wedding reception at the same time. I stormed inside. The lobby reeked of beer. My marble floors, the floors I paid extra to restore, were sticky. Balloons and streamers hung from the staircase like my building was a cheap banquet hall. Upstairs, laughter exploded through the walls, followed by the unmistakable thump of someone jumping off my antique hallway bench. I found them on the 3rd floor. My mother in my cashmere throw blanket like it was a shawl. My brother DJing from a tenant's kitchen counter. My aunt handing out shots like a bartender who'd never heard of property law. People I'd never met lying on tenants' beds. Feet up. Shoes on. "Stella," my cousin Joy shrieked, wine sloshing. "Why didn't you tell us you had a place this nice?" "Because it's not yours," I said. My mother air-kissed me, drunk and smug. "We figured you wouldn't mind letting family celebrate here. We brought food. You should be thanking us for warming up the place." "Mom," I said, voice low and shaking, "people live here." She rolled her eyes. "You're so dramatic. They'll survive." A crash echoed down the hall, something breaking. Cheers followed. My breath dropped into my stomach like a stone. My family wasn't visiting. They were occupying. And in that moment, watching the people who raised me act like human termites tearing apart the one thing I built without them, I realized something brutal. They never respected me. They only respected what they could take. Fine. Let them take. I walked outside to my car. Opened the glove compartment. Pulled out a folder of documents I hoped I'd never need. Emergency eviction notices. Noise violation reports. Legal right of entry forms. And the direct phone number of my property security contractor, who owed me a favor I'd once promised I'd never cash in. I dialed. "Activate," I said. 10 minutes later, 3 black SUVs rolled up. My family didn't even notice the footsteps on the stairs until the officers reached the 3rd floor. What followed was chaos, pure cinematic, poetic chaos. "What the hell is this?" my brother shouted as 2 guards cut the speakers and unplugged his entire setup. "You are trespassing on private property," the lead officer said. "The owner has filed an immediate removal order." My mother shrieked. "The owner is my daughter." "Correct," I said, stepping past her. "And your daughter told you to leave." "You wouldn't," she hissed. "I would." "Stella, you're humiliating us. You humiliated yourselves when you broke into my tenants' units." They were herded downstairs, cursing, stumbling, arguing with authority like toddlers denied dessert. In the lobby, my aunt tried to bribe a guard with a plate of baked ziti. My cousin accused me of being bougie. My brother muttered something about me being power tripping. My mother kept repeating that she didn't raise me to be this cold, which was ironic, considering she hadn't raised me much at all. But the best part, the moment burned into my memory like gold, came as they reached the front door. "This isn't over," my mother screamed. I handed her an envelope. "Oh, it's very over," I said. Inside were formal no trespass orders for every single person at that party, family included. Signed. Filed. Effective immediately. Their reactions were everything, from shock to betrayal to fury, but none of it touched me. Because for the first time in my life, I wasn't the quiet one. I wasn't the peacemaker. I wasn't the easy target. I was the owner. When the doors closed behind them, the silence in the lobby felt like freedom. The building was mine again. My tenants were safe. And my family finally understood something I should have made clear years ago. You don't get to invade someone's life just because you share their blood. But the twist? The next morning, I listed the vacant unit on the third floor as available. 20 minutes later, I accepted a rental application from Mrs. Quinn's nephew, a real estate attorney. He specializes in representing landlords against hostile family claims. And he works for free. My family thinks they got kicked out of a party. They still don't know they got evicted from my life. And this time? The locks are changed. And if you're wondering whether my family ever apologized, they didn't. They tried to come back a week later. But the security cameras caught them before they even reached the steps. They left without a word. Funny how fast people disappear when the doors finally lock behind them. I didn't just protect my building that night. I protected my peace. And trust me, there's no going back. Thanks for listening to my story. If it shook you even half as much as it shook me living it, make sure you like, share, and subscribe for more.